So they've come, but Ravi Ashwin didn't come. He almost came. It wasn't for a dodgy knee. Now, I know you know him extremely well. What would have happened had he come?
I think, firstly, I'll give you a bit of background on how that whole thing worked out. So R. Ashwin announces his retirement from the IPL. So there's always these questions that I get asked, why can't Indian players go and play? It's just a business. It's pure business because the BCCI don't want the market to be diluted, because there's always been this fear that if a big name Indian player goes somewhere, the sponsors go with him, right? And they don't want the market to be diluted. That's why you need to officially retire from the IPL and as an Indian cricketer to even think about doing something like this. And it had to be R. Ashwin. He's always thought outside the box. At a time when most retired cricketers of those credentials in India go into the commentary box, he's just started his own YouTube channel, and he's just got millions of followers, and he's doing really well with it. So similarly, when he announced his retirement from the IPL, I just like a teaser of a message I sent him. Hey, you should come and play for the Strikers. What do you think about it? And then I didn't realize that he was taking it seriously. He was actually planning to do something like that. And then credit to Todd Greenberg, I think he got wind of it. And then he reached out to R. Ashwin, and the chats were very, very productive from the early going. So my role in all of that was to explain to Ashwin how it works here. They're not privately owned, the BBL clubs, but they're privately managed. And to explain to him, it's not so much about the money here. You're not going to get an IPL deal sort of money here, but they will work around it. And so it used to be an interesting period. So he would speak to all these clubs who were reaching out to him. At least 6 of them, I think, reached out to him personally. And then he would talk to me, and we'd go back and forth. Oh, this club, but maybe you should consider going to that club. And eventually, full credit to Trent Copeland and the Thunder guys. I remember one day, and I like to embarrass Copes with this, because Ashwin called me one day and said, oh, Copeland, what a nice guy. Yeah, he just sold it so nicely, and he really, I want to work with him. And I said, there you go, he's a nice guy. I know. I worked with him quite a bit for Channel 7. And then, so the deal was done. He was so keen to come. So he was not just keen to come and play in the tournament, Whitey, because he is a cricket nut. He watches everything. And I remember Trent Copeland telling me the first time he had a conversation with him, Ashwin was talking about the Thunder players, the domestic Australian players. Yeah, I really am impressed with that guy or this guy. But that's just him, that he watches more cricket and analyzes more cricket than maybe even you and I do. So he was so excited to come here and play for Thunder, but also be part of the whole of the BBL circuit. There was also a lot of talk of him helping out and spreading the wings of the Thunder into the Western Sydney region, which is very multicultural. A lot of people from the subcontinent are there. But most importantly, and look, this doesn't mean that he's never going to come. He will come next year if he's fit. Unfortunately, he was on crutches till just a few weeks ago, and he's back on his feet now, so he'll start training, and he's very keen to come next summer and play. Whether it's for the Thunder, it will be for the Thunder, I assume. But what it will do when he does come and play, and say if he had played here, it will open the door to other Indian players for start. This is two-pronged. The first thing is, yes, it'll open the door for whoever it is, and however high profile they are. Once they're done playing for the IPL, or once they're done in the IPL, if they still have the little worm in their head going maybe I want to the flicker, one more thing. And because coming and playing cricket in Australia, even now for an Indian cricketer, is up there with probably the best experience out there. So they would want to come, and I think it will open the doors for whether it's a Kohli or a Rohit Sharma or not, to just come and get a taste of the BBL for a season or to be away from the maddening crowd and the whole intensity of playing cricket in India, whether it's IPL or for India. And I thought it was a big boost for Cricket Australia in their quest to bring privatization into the BBL. Once you start, even the idea of an Indian cricketer of that note coming and being part of the BBL, and suddenly your dialogue with the investors is very different, right? It sounds very different. So I think it will happen, and I think it'll be a big it'll be a turning point for the BBL. It's a pity it's not happening this time. And I can tell you, I speak to Ashwin every week. I do his YouTube show, and he still is so disappointed that it's not this summer. But this is from Ashwin to everyone else watching this and listening to this. He'll be back. He wants to come and entertain you guys.